Hello, you guys. How is everyone doing? I'm gonna give y'all the opportunity. Hey, Clarinetta. I came on like 30 minutes early so that we could do like an hour or so. I was sitting here reading over some case notes, y'all. It's some sick folks in this world. Y'all, it is some sick people in this world. These women are gonna have to be more careful about the men that they choose to have around their children. It just ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Uh-oh. Yeah, it just ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it. And let me see. Who's it? I see Clarinetta. I see Teresa, the Black Barbie, um, Robert Mapp, Tam 08, Pretty Brown Eyes, Jerome, new to you, Michelle, HD Bully, the Black Barbie, Shan, Tyranny, Michelle Johnson, and we'll give some more people the opportunity to start coming in too. Yeah. Tyrone, Joy Loves God, McName Ace, new to you. Shout out to my moderators. Um, you guys, I'm waiting for Long Live Janice. Somehow, I don't know if they hacked her or what, but she can't even comment on this page. She's able to comment on the other one. They got her blocked. Hey, Diane. Um, I know haters. So are you on the second page, Long Live Janice, or are you able to get you still on this on the second page? Hey Jay. Anyway, y'all, I wanted to I came on early because like I said, I was sitting reading some case notes on a new case that I got. And from an attorney. And like I said, and I'm just gonna say this to you, I normally don't even hey Sidron, I don't take a whole lot of cases from defense attorneys. I really I don't. But one of my partners was like he works with this attorney, he couldn't take it. Because he take a lot of cases. He do a lot of criminal cases and stuff like that. I don't really mess with criminal cases like that. Not a whole lot. Not unless it's from the prosecutor's office or something. And that's very seldom. But it's real, like I was just saying, women are gonna have to be more careful. I'm gonna get into my topic, but I'm gonna say this. Women are gonna have to be very careful about the men that they choose to have around their children. Okay. And then be very selective with who they choose to have children with. There's no reason for a woman um to be having different men around their kids, and then the man move, they letting the men beat all up on their kids and stuff, you know um because when they got mental illnesses, when they low down, they will beat your child to death. And it's because they're already battling. I can't even imagine what a 3 or 4 year old baby could ever do for somebody to just start beating them, because you could just tap them on the hand when they 3 and 4 years old, or tap them on the butt. But when you start beating them and you can't stop, you a monster. You a monster. Even if they're bigger. Child abuse is child abuse. And more of these girls are allowing these men that they don't even really know anything about to beat their children to death. Then they feel like they want to have the state to pay for their attorneys. Then they want to have the state to pay for their investigators and all of that. I think I'm a pass on this one. I accepted it, but I'm not going. I'm gonna give it back because I got personal issues with this one. And you're not even supposed to work on something that you have personal issues with. I'm gonna give it back tomorrow. Um, Lisa Reeves says, "Good. The world is heartless. Men and women don't care. No, they don't care. And with me being a woman, I mean, I believe men, because it's a lot of men that don't play that either. It's a lot of men that don't play that. You know, when it comes to I- where, okay, so where my office is, I'll never forget. There's this attorney. He is a well-known attorney. Has a He has an office in the building that my studio is in. And so his I could my well, I'm not gonna say exactly where my office is, but we could hear a lot of screaming and stuff. And we ran to the back window. So they're in the back of the building, and she was just screaming. And there is a like a renter center place on like on the side of where the build my office is. He said, I just don't understand that thinking process. So anyways, the girl was about 17, 18 years old, and she just screaming it. We look out the window, all of a sudden we see her dad, which is the attorney. He slapped the hell out of her and then flipped her, right? So the guys that work for the renter center place, they saw that. They didn't know what was going on. They just saw him flip her. And I heard them say, "Oh hell no, we gotta help her." And so her mother starts saying, "That's our daughter. That's our daughter." Don't They was getting ready to beat the hell out that attorney because they didn't know what was going on. They just saw he slapped her and then flipped her. But what happened was her dad was trying to get his keys from her because she had been having guys come out. Her dad kind of shot up real quick. He started, because I remember when he first started, and then he just kind of went up fast, as far as being a well-known attorney. And she started having different guys in the house and stuff and doing all kinds of stuff. And her dad was not having it. And so he told her, "I want your car keys back and I want the house keys back." And she was out there screaming, "I'm not giving it back." We didn't know what was going on. Um, and so he flipped her. And so those guys that was working at the renter center didn't know what was going on. I just saw it was like 5 or 6 of them. I heard them say, "No, we gotta help. We gotta help her." We don't. They didn't know what was going on. They just saw that he had flipped her, and they was like, "We gotta help this girl." And so the mother said, "No, that's our daughter. No, do not mess with my husband." So it's a lot of guys, that don't go for that either when it comes to seeing. I said that to say this. when it comes to seeing other men, beat children, she probably deserved it because she was like 18 or whatever. He may could have handled it better. I don't know. But as far as children and stuff, um, all men are not like that. It's a lot of men that don't play about kids, right? It's a lot of them that don't play about kids. That's the reason why I say, when people say, well, it's just in a man's nature when they see women, they're going to look at them up and down, whether it's a little girl or not. They're going to check them out. I said, no, it's not in their nature because it's a lot of men don't play with kids and they already know not to look at them up and down like they look at a woman. Every man is not sick, but it's a whole lot of them that is. So these girls got to be very careful because it's unfortunate that these children are vulnerable. And I have a real love for children and for young adults. Anyways, I wanted to talk about the rap industry. That right there, I got on early. It kind of depressed me. I was reading that. I kind of got depressed. I was like, let me jump on. I'm gonna have to go ahead and give this one back. I'll give it back tomorrow. And I'll recommend somebody else. But because I'm too melancholy for stuff like that. But I wanted to talk about the rap industry is out of control and no one is stepping up to stop it. And so I was talking about I put cash, contracts, coverage, and caskets, right? Because in the rap industry, that's all it really at this point consists of: cash, contracts, coverage, and caskets. And you know what coverage is? Coverage is insurance coverage, right? And it's happening, I got to thinking about, I used to love to look at like different when I was growing up in my era, like different shows like the Goonies and a License to Drive that had Corey Feldman, Corey Haim, Stand By Me that had River Phoenix and all of those young boys in there, like in the late 80s, early 90s. They were like the core famous groups of boys. They were male whites. They were the core group that we saw in all of the movies that we loved to look at, before they started getting out of control. And so I remember looking at a interview. Corey Feldman had written a book and everything, but they was trying to kill him and everything. People forget that years ago he actually wrote a book and started talking about what was going on in Hollywood. I'm talking about what goes on in rap, but what also goes on in Hollywood as far as like we've always had the casting couch and stuff like that. And I remember Corey Feldman says the number one thing in Hollywood is still and always will be, okay, always was, is pedophilia. And so over in that side of the industry, you're talking about pedophiles and things of that nature. They do it in the rap industry too. So those young boys always talked about what they had to endure from like record, I mean by movie execs and things of that nature. Even though we loved seeing them and stuff in movies, they had to endure a lot as it relates to being violated. So now fast forward, you know, um, we have the rap industry that mainly consists of African American boys, African American women too, but mainly African American men, right? And so, you know, it's mainly African American men. I remember when, we used to have those songs, self-destruction, we headed for self-destruction, KRS-One. There were other people. I remember I used to love that song, Bonita Applebottom or whatever that Q used to, I forget the name of that group. They used to have out music like that, right? Where you can bob, and it's something about the music. I always talk about the vibrations of the music. I love listening to the 70s and 80s music because it's something about the tempo that have me upbeat. It gives me the move, and I don't know, it's like it gives me energy. It's like a vibe, right? And so we don't have that anymore. They don't talk about, they don't really promote real R&B soul singers. That they don't talk about love and stuff anymore because they don't want to promote love, right? They don't want to promote love. Yeah, Tribe Called Quest. You're right. They don't want to promote love, because when Luther Vandross was putting out love music, Baby Making Music, Barry White, Keith Sweat, people like that, they don't promote that, right? Because it's not chaotic, right? They promote chaos, okay, because they know they're gonna give them a little cash. They always had them tied up in real bad contracts. We didn't see a lot of artists dying like they are now, right? So now they're able to put bigger coverages on them. Now let me just say this. I remember, yeah, I used to love Arrested Development. I still love listening to their stuff, right? Now let me just say this. Um I remember when you know, I'm thinking about Arrested Development song. Yeah. Yeah. I remember when music, okay, that they would not even allow you guys, okay, for them to put certain words and stuff in music. They just wouldn't allow you to do it. They wouldn't. They would not even promote that. I remember a time when you could not say certain words on TV. Now anything goes, right? I remember when Lucy and Ricky were coming on TV. I know it was back in the 60s, but they had them sleeping in separate beds. It's just a lot of stuff that they did not promote on TV, right? So then came the 80s. They started trying to desensitize us, and we just kind of just let anything went, right? We just kind of just like let it go. Um, and now anything goes. I mean, these I don't mean, yeah, excuse my French, but these folks be flat out effing on TV. Okay, you see an ass and all, nobody cannot tell me. They said, no, those are doubles. We think about how the doubles were back then. They probably was screwing back then. Because who was that? They swear that Halle Berry and Billy Bob. What was the name of that movie that Halle Berry and Billy Bob was in? Oh my gosh, she won an Oscar or something for that movie. Halle Berry and Billy Bob. I'm gonna pull it up. Halle Berry and Billy Bob and Billy Bob Thornton movie. Um, shit. Um, Monsters Ball. They swear, they swear that the love scene that Halle Berry and Billy Bob had in that scene, they swear they was screwing for real. And now that we know a lot of the things that they do in Hollywood, they probably was, right? But moving forward to the rap industry, where all of these African American boys, I always talk about how all of these African American boys are just so talented, right? I feel like rap was, and people say rap was around long before the 80s. I don't know, because I don't I can only remember the 80s, okay? And so, but I feel like as far as rap, God gave it to allow our community, or it was supposed to be able to create something where there could be some generational wealth. You know what I mean? You have to really be quick on your feet to be a lyricist, to be able to rhyme with it just right off the top of your head. To me, that's almost like genius. And I'm serious. And you see a lot of these African American boys, they can look at something and just start rapping about it instantly. I mean, just start rhyming right off the top of their heads, real quick on their feet, right? And so I remember when I got into the private investigative industry, and I started seeing, I was like, dog, it sure is. Because before then, it was only only like the major insurance companies, right? We had the State Farms, the All States, the whatever, right? And so then I started seeing a lot of foreigners um getting into the insurance business, right? Which is nothing is wrong with that. They started getting into the insurance business, basically started taking over, right? And so, and the reason I started noticing it, and it's like it could have been happening before, but when I first started doing like taking work from insurance companies, which I don't take that too often either. I'm real picky about what I take. But we started getting a lot of calls and stuff because um other insurance companies, like when they were paying out money, they was paying out policies. Oftentimes when something is suspicious, they'll start outsourcing the work to investigators and stuff to see if something is suspicious, right? So you started seeing a lot of foreigners getting into the insurance business, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that, I guess. But they started aligning with the rap industry, right? They started really aligning with the rap industry, and it's a lot of fraud and stuff that goes on as it relates to how people are able to get some of these insurance policies. I've always said before now, it should be a crime for a record label or anybody really that's not your mama and daddy. And you might want to question that if a mama want to try to get 15-20 million dollar policy on her child. I don't want no 15 or 20 million dollars on my kids, right? Because I don't even want to have to ever cash in a policy on my child, right? But you see these record labels and you see the music industry really able to get these types of policies. So then I started thinking about when Minister Farrakhan said that there was a meeting like back in like 2010 or something like that, and the private prisons or whatever sat down with the record industry and asked the record industry to the record execs to start promoting beefs and to start promoting drill music and things of that nature so that they could fill their prisons up, which is why you see so many record execs, they have investments and stuff in the private prisons and stuff like that. Now, and I got to thinking about it, I was like, okay, if they were able to sit down and start having meetings and stuff like that, we already know it's nothing for them to start, especially when they're dealing with certain types of people as it relates to these insurance policies and stuff. It's nothing for them to all sit down and have a meetings of the mind and talk about um you know who they're going to these insurance policies, right? Because a lot of these artists that you start seeing, a lot of them ain't gonna even make 15 or 20 million dollars. Okay, they're not going to even make 15 or 20 million dollars, right? And so these record labels, these record execs have their record heads or whatever, whoever we see out front to start promoting, encourage these young men, or they won't sign them oftentimes unless there is some type of beef going, because they know that they're going to put them in a coverage, they're going to cover them with insurance, right? And then about a year or two or whatever, the young man is taken out, and the record company not only owns all of his music, right? But the record industry is getting a 15 or 20 million dollar policy. And I'm gonna tell you something else that they do in the industry. The more popular the artist is, and I know this for a fact. The more popular the artist is, the more the coverage can be. So that's why you see a lot of record execs, what they do is they get you see an artist, they start putting a whole lot of money behind these artists. Okay, they start paying for them to get awards, they start getting them a lot of billboards. They actually pay for their popularity, because the more popular they are, they can go get a $50 million policy, y'all. That's why I say cash, contracts, coverages, and caskets. Okay, I should have said equals to caskets, because that's what's going on, and it's really all happening with the Black community, because it's a damn shame that nobody really cares about what goes on. They do it with the Black people because they feel like nobody really cares what goes on with the Black people, and they have been able to get away with it thus far. Even the foreigners come into the country and say, we're gonna get into the insurance business because we know how to write this stuff up so that it won't seem illegal or won't be illegal, right? And we'll start working with the insurance companies, and we gonna get money off of writing up big policies off of off of these young black men, y'all. That's the reason why I say the rap industry is out of control and nobody is stepping up to stop it. That's the reason why I get so mad and I've gotten so angry when I see black men that get into the industry. And I know that one black man can't do it. But everybody should have been trying to get on the train of what Young Dolph was doing. Because as I've always said from day one, there is strength in numbers. Instead of going against them, the black boys, these black entertainers are the ones with the talent, whether it's rapping or singing. They're the ones with the talent. So in any other, you don't ever hear about country artists or white R&B artists talking about, they're not getting their money. When have you ever heard any artist of any other genre, whether it's country or whatever it is that other people of other cultures sing and do, talk about how they was raped financially as it relates to their contracts? It don't really happen. They only do it with the black community. So that's the reason why they go deep into the hood and they get these young African American men. But they already got to be in a beef, though. They got to be in a beef, okay? And gang related, they got to be in gangs, beefing, can rap some, okay? So they sign them because they already know that beef is going to continue, because it's something about if he's already beefing with another group of gang members, if he gets signed and get put on, it's gonna make those other gang members jealous and want to kill him even more. These record industry, these execs know that. They already know it, okay? And so what they do is they tell them, put it all. They ain't gonna believe you unless you, first of all, they'll tell them they ain't gonna believe you unless you're out there killing somebody. You got to be living what you're talking about. That's number one. That's the first wrong thing they do. Okay. And so number two, they'll tell them, well, put all of this in a rap song. Whatever you going through with these niggas, I mean, put it out. Everything you going through, put it in a rap song. So they already, his opposition already want to take him out. So he started talking about it in a rap song because these execs telling him, because they got that insurance coverage on their mind. Okay. It's going to make his opposition even madder, y'all. I'm saying all this because these are the games that they playing with our black boys, with our black men. And the sad thing about it is, okay, in about 2 or 3 years of being in the game, maybe 4 or 5, they get taken out. It's a damn shame before God. So they give them cash. They make them sign them jacked up contracts that's got these insurance coverages in the closets, and then it equals to later on we see them pushing their casket. When is it gonna stop? When is somebody gonna step up and stop this shit and let them know, if we say Black Lives Matter, we got to start with that too? And so I'm gonna tell you something. It's a damn shame when you start seeing music execs, I own a label. Okay, they talking about they own labels, but they owned by the people in the back rooms that we don't see. And they tell them, in order for us to fund your label, this is what you got to do in your community. And they take their twisted asses back to their communities. I was getting ready to call them something else, and grab up these young boys that they already know ain't got nothing, out there beefing, already out there crashing out, so that they can get the insurance coverage, the insurance policies. It's a damn shame before God. And so that's the reason why everything is in disarray, because ain't nobody right. Ain't nobody right. So that's why when folks say, well, I sure do admire such and such because he got it out the mud. I don't mean no harm. And I don't want nobody to take this personal. But ain't nobody really did it right but Young Dolph, as far as I can see. It might be some others. Okay, because Young Dolph did everything he could. That's the reason why they fought against him, to keep his folks from becoming victims of that industry, right? He laid on top of them. That's what he did. Yeah, they wanted to blackball him, tried to. You can't blackball a man with some money. I'm going to tell y'all something. And y'all, I know folks say she always bringing up her daddy. I'm gonna tell y'all something. My dad taught me this. Me and my dad used to be on a radio. I used to have a radio show. He was like, "We got TV, so we're gonna go ahead and go to radio too. We get ready. I'm getting ready to put my message out there." My dad was a radical. Okay, he was a radical. The radio station sent my dad an email. They was scared to call him and said, "Ooh, we're gonna have to kick you off." He said, "You kicking me off?" They said, "We just gonna we know you paid up for this amount of time. We're gonna give it back to you. We're gonna kick you off." He said, "Okay." They kicked us off of that radio station. My dad called me and said, "We'll be on another radio station. I just went and paid. We'll be on such and such channel starting Monday. So you can't blackball my dad said, "Let me tell you something. You need to always have your money right. You can't blackball a person that's got money. They couldn't do nothing with him because he always had his own money. Okay. They couldn't do nothing with young Dolph. They couldn't blackball him because he had his money. He went and got his money right because he already knew what he was up against, what he was gonna be up against, right? But I think it's a darn shame before God. Hey, joke free, that you got these execs that feel like they're supposed to continue. I guess it's modern, it's really modern day slavery. And what's so hurtful to me is, okay, they got hey Gigi, they got black faces like the Jay-Z's and stuff. A lot of people say, "Well, you know, Jay-Z a free man." Jay-Z ain't no free man. Can Jay-Z really give him the game like Young Dolph gave it to him? Can he really give him that? Will he preach independence? He can't do it. They're gonna cut him off. And I'm not mad at Jay-Z. I know he got a family and stuff. What I'm saying is it's strength in numbers. There's no reason why these black boys and stuff should have all the talent, and then they rap and work for years and never truly get rich. It ain't right. Everybody get rich off of the black people except for the black people, y'all. And then you got other black people joining in and say, "Well, you know, I had one my record label to come up. We gonna go ahead, and I don't really care for that nigga anyway, but he can rap. We'll go ahead, sign and put a policy on him, and then have somebody to take him out. Or he already beefing. We'll push that beef so them niggas can come and take him out. You know, we're gonna get that policy." Y'all, that's what's going on. Cash, contracts, coverages, and caskets. Okay. I think I spoke about how I was reading on the internet where Jay-Z and them had someone to die that worked for Rock Nation, a white guy. He died. He was not a I don't know how he died. He was not a rapper or nothing. He worked with Rock Nation. And they had a $15 million policy on him. And the insurance company was not paying them. And the only I know this from working for insurance companies. When they would call and contract us to look at some stuff, that when they are hesitant about paying a policy, it is because they feel like some funny stuff is going on. And so what Rock Nation did was they started putting it, because they was not paying them. They didn't want to pay them out that 15 million. They started trying to embarrass them and going to different medias and stuff and talking about their insurance company. Okay. Negatively, making them look bad, saying, you know, that insurance company not paying out policies and stuff like that. That with the platform that they have, that makes insurance companies like that look bad. So the insurance company went ahead and folded. But it was something going on, whereas they didn't want to pay that 15 million out. Why Rock Nation feel like they should be able to put a $15 million policy on somebody's damn child or husband or father? Okay. These are the types of games that they play with our community. These labels and the music industry has built wealth off of the demise of Black men alone. Okay. off of the demise of black men alone. When I see people talk about, hear people say, well, I want to be famous, and a lot of black people have not, they still don't understand yet, especially a lot of these young black boys. They don't know that fame and wealth is not affiliated. And as it relates to the African American industry, the African American people, the industry don't want wealth and fame to be affiliated. They said, we'll give you the fame, because they feel like they're supposed to get all of the wealth. And it's unfortunate that our people have not been educated. And when you get a few black people that they give a seat at the table, they scared to say anything. They scared to educate their community, because they're scared they're gonna snatch their chair away from up under them. I don't understand how somebody can sit at a table as a damn black man or black woman and listen to other races plot about how they're gonna create generational wealth and build up their company off of the demise of their own race. It's a damn shame before God. That's the reason why I say the rap industry is out of control, but ain't nobody stepping up. Okay? And he said quotes from Alex Crowley. And until somebody starts stepping up. So, when people get to talking about, well, we must not forget that Puffy is a black man. I don't give a damn about Puffy. Never did. Okay? Puffy got some power. They gave Puffy a assignment. You better know he told them that he could carry that assignment out. And the assignment was to be able to introduce and desensitize his very own community to a whole lot of stuff. And he took that assignment. I don't give a damn about him. Period. Okay? He single-handedly, he's one of the ones that messed up the black community. I was listening to some of his artists say how Puffy was able, the reason his artists stayed in a deficit, in the red, is because what Puffy would do was, they didn't even want him in their videos. He was raking them over the coals. They had to pay the record company back, of course, for the production of the video. So then the cars that they had in the videos, they were Puffy's. He billed them. He billed the artist for using his cars in the video. The house that they would be in or whatever, oftentimes it was Puffy. He billed them for using his house. This is Puffy. Then he turned around, the clothes that they would wear oftentimes would be his clothes, or they would have I guess they would have the people that that dressed them on the set or whatever. But then they said he turned around and billed them an astronomical fee for him making an appearance in the video. He didn't even have to be rapping, just standing there with his fur coat and stuff on. So they would be in deficits just from the damn videos. Okay. And a lot of people say that well, that's just business. Now what Puffy did was he went and he got a bunch of young people that was hungry. They was hoping for fame and for some wealth. And he understood that they didn't know anything about those contracts. They didn't. And he took complete advantage of them. And then when they started opening their eyes and said, well, wait a minute, aren't we supposed to be getting some money? That was a problem to Puffy. He would then blackball them. And if anybody dare work with them, he would say, well, if you work with them, then I'm going to have to blackball you. So because Puffy agreed to do all of this stuff for these, whoever it was, these elites or whoever, okay, this is what he did to his community, y'all. And so he mishandled the power, but he never even had no power. We see that now. He didn't have no power. They was making folks think that he owned Revolt and all of that. He was just the face, right? He was just the face of it. Because like I said, Black people just they want the fame. We see now he didn't own a damn thing. Nothing. Okay? Because if he owned it, they couldn't have took it from him. People can't take nothing from you that you own. He don't own nothing. He was just the face, and they let him because they don't care. One thing I know about white people and other races, they'll say, "Look here, I will I'll invest in this. I'll give you the money, but you know what? I want to be in the background. I don't want nobody to know it. You be the face of it. You know, as Black folks, we always want to be the face of something that ain't getting a damn thing. Okay? But the rap industry is out of control, right? And nobody is stepping up to try to stop the demise of these young African American men because that's what it is. Everybody is getting rich off of the demise of African American men because all of these rappers are dying and everybody getting rich and their mothers and their children are left broke and hurt. They ain't getting nothing. And what's so sad about it is you will see the exec. He might go to the funeral. He'll call the mother and say, you know what, Miss Such and Such, I'm gonna go ahead cut you a check. He had a check coming for about 25,000. That ain't even a fraction of what she's supposed to get. And then you ain't got to worry about the funeral expenses. I'm gonna pay for everything. Okay. And then the mother will get on her live or something like that and talk about how good this record head is. He was good. He paid for everything when the truth of the matter is he the reason that her son is dead because they already had an agenda for her son. And then that whole record, then when her son is dead, they get about a 10 or $15 million insurance check. Cash, contracts, coverages, and caskets. Okay. Equals Black men, right? And you got other Black men that are participating in it, ain't got no pride about what they do. I'm gonna tell y'all something, because I've been transparent with y'all. I grew up in the hood, so the more the dudes that I dated were street dudes, okay. But I didn't ever date nobody, okay, that didn't have any couth about what they did. They ain't have no heart about what they did. I'm just trying to get it. I got to get that money. No, that's a dangerous person. But you got people now that because these record execs in the back rooms that don't look like us, a lot of them have decided, okay, you know what? We're going to go ahead and give such and such, Jerome and Tyrone and all of them. We'll tell them, you know, we'll fund their record. We'll fund their label. We'll fund their label. Okay, we'll fund it and we'll tell them to give us a percentage of it because everybody got a label don't even have. We gonna take 51% and get them 49, so they really don't even own it. Let them just go and be the face of it. You know, they done started. It was their idea. They don't even own the majority of it. But the bigger picture is we'll make a whole lot of money because see, Jerome got some status. He a rapper. He got some status. So he can go to the hoods blinging with his nice cars and find some of these young dudes that's already out there in the hood that can rap. We already know they poor. So we give them a $50,000 check. They're going to sign that contract. And in that clause is that insurance policy. A lot of them can't even read, y'all. So they don't even know what they signing. Okay? And so you let Jerome sitting there at the table. And when they get up, he signed that contract. He done already signed off his life because he really signed his death certificate because that insurance policy is in that paperwork. And about 3-4 years later, they pushing this casket. Then they send Jerome Black Ugly ass out there to find another one. But now they just going getting them in droves. And so that's why I have an issue with a lot of these black men in the industry not having any pride about what they're doing to their very own community. They came from nothing. They came from nothing and then have the nerve to sit their nappy head, stand their nappy head asses up on a stage and talking about, I got it out the mud. And you destroying your whole damn community. You sitting at tables with people that are strategizing on how to go up off of the demise of young black men. And you in the midst of it. Damn cuckabug head. And then when they get through with their strategy, they say, all right, Jerome, we're going to send you out there. Go get us some talent. You taking your cuckabug head back to the damn communities. These young black boys are talented, ain't come from nothing. And so people talk about, well, you know, they mama let them do it. They mamas don't know either. They know their mothers don't understand. They know their child got a talent. And so she proud because she feel like my child get ready to go up and we get ready to get up out the hood. She don't understand that they signing her child so that he could die. Cash, contracts, coverages, and caskets. And ain't nobody trying to do a damn thing about it. Okay? And so you have a lot of these execs, they don't care. I'm going to tell y'all something. And this happened in real life. And I've talked about this before. This is how I know they do it. I used to do a lot of missing person shows where I had people coming in to Memphis to talk about their children, to be on my TV show on Comcast that had went missing. And I remember Phoenix Coden from out of St. Louis. Her mother was very diligent in speaking about her daughter, right? And she's still missing. She was all on Katie Couric's show everywhere. Her and her husband would drive from St. Louis, which is 3.5 hours, to Memphis to be on my TV show. Oxygen Network decided that they wanted to do a documentary on Phoenix Coden. Phoenix's mother was very happy about it. She was like, that's going to get us more coverage, blah, blah, blah. She didn't know that these folks were trying to set her up. Okay. So she asked me, she called me, she said, I have some good news. You're real proper. I have some good news for you. Oxygen producers came to St. Louis and they're going to do a documentary on Phoenix. And I told them that I want the girl Tamra from down in Memphis to be in the documentary. She said, I know we have not been able to pay you. And I told them Tamra helped us and did not pay us a dime. Did not charge us a dime. I said, oh, okay. I didn't think anything of it. A few weeks later, she called me. Have any producers called you from New York? I said, no. She said, oh, wow. They said they were going to call you. She called me several more times. Have any producers reached out to you from New York to come to Memphis? I said, they haven't. So meanwhile, y'all know I got my Real Talk with Tamra like page on Facebook. And I thought it was funny. I thought it was weird. Some people started reaching out to me from a fake page, asking me questions, right? They was watching me and I didn't even know it. They was asking me questions, asking me stuff about Phoenix Coden, and some more stuff. So then when they did the documentary, she said she told them they ended up getting a girl. She was an anchor from and shout out to her. Her name is Chandrea. I cannot think of her last name, but shout out to her because she be, talking about the missing too. They ended up getting her. And Phoenix's mom said said to them, I like Chandrea, but Tamra knew more about the case. She was more in debt. She helped us. She knew more about the case. And she said, the producer said, we watched Tamra for months. We watched her for months and we can't put her on no national TV. She too blunt. So this is how I know they don't want nobody real. And guess what they did to them people? They slanted that documentary so much that they had people thinking that Phoenix Colding's mother and father made her go missing. That's how they did them damn people. They already knew the way that they was wanting to slant it. I was gonna tell them, hell no, her mama them didn't do that. No, I ain't going along with that. Okay. So this is what they do, y'all. When you stand for something, you can't have a seat at the table. So it's a damn shame that you have people in our industry that bend and get on their knees. Now these folks' daughter went missing. Somebody, her vehicle was found in East St. Louis, Illinois, which is right over the bridge from St. Louis, with the truck running, with the door wide open, with her shoes still down in the floor of the car, with her purse and everything still in the car. And they want to say that her mama and daddy did that to her when her mama had all types of strokes and stuff, because she don't know what happened to her child. And that was about in 2010 or 2011 when she went missing. But they thought they was going to use me. Well, they know they couldn't. They knew that. They knew I wasn't, because I cut up. They knew they couldn't use me to make these people life even more miserable. Folks had started threatening them and everything, because oxygen is a real national level. So that's the reason why I said I've always taken a long way. But guess what? I get what I want because I know how to get it. And I ain't never had to bend for nobody. I'm a free woman. But it's a darn shame. And that's the reason why people always throwing bricks at me. But it don't matter, because I pick them up and I throw them back. And if you get too close, I'm going to go in my purse and pull something else out. And it's going to go between your damn eyes. Okay? If you become a threat to me. But it's a shame that ain't nobody in the Black community. We got all of the talent. And ain't nobody standing up. Ain't nobody telling these execs in these back rooms that don't look like us, I ain't get ready to do that in my community. I ain't get ready to do that. Yes, sir, master. I sure will do it. Straight to the hood they going. I'm a talent. What they call them? They give them a title. I'm a talent scout. Yeah, I was a talent scout for Inner Scope. I was a talent scout. That's one of the slave catchers. Okay? Talent scout, aka slave catcher nigga, because that's all you is. Okay? Hold on. Okay, I'm sorry. I got a cold. I have to blow my nose. I'm sorry. Okay? But it's sad. It is. It's sad. And so as a result, that's right, straw balls. As a result, okay? As a result, we're seeing a lot of these young men in in their 20s and in their teens and stuff, because I mean the older guys ain't no better. What's the difference in a talent scout or one of these so-called label heads that's working with the real big record industry, record companies that is funding their label, telling them to go to the hood and get these boys, and they putting these insurance policies on them? What's the difference in what they're doing just because they got on the diamonds and they driving in the nice cars or whatever, because they getting paid bigger money? They hit men too. They just doing it on a bigger level. They damn hit men. So this is the reason why a lot of this stuff, these young boys are they don't know any better, because they ain't got nobody to teach them no better. They don't. And so that's why I say, because it's really just happening in our community. Cash, contracts, coverage, that's the insurance coverage, and caskets. Okay, they give them that advance money. That's the cash. They sign them contracts. I should have put contracts first. They sign them contracts. They give them that advance money. Okay. In them contracts, in them clauses, they signing them insurance, they signing their life away. That insurance policy they put on the record companies and labels are putting on them. And about 5 years later, we see them pushing that casket. And a lot of them ain't even 25 years old. It's a damn shame before God. And you got other black folks okay with that. Mamas left hurt, children left fatherless and broke. And the record company getting $15-20 million. And they got slave catchers, aka talent scouts, going out to these hoods. Go to the hoods now. Because see, you can't go to the suburban areas. You notice what they try to do is they try to say, well, we don't want nobody from the suburban areas because folks ain't gonna buy their music because they ain't they ain't living that. No, yeah, that's something that they put into the atmosphere to trick these folks. They don't want no damn body from the suburbs. They damn daddy might be a lawyer. Their mama might be a lawyer. They might be a business person. Because the first thing they're gonna say is, we're gonna go ahead and get us an attorney. We don't need your attorney. Because I can't understand how these folks sit up and let what they said we need an attorney. They had an attorney in there, the same damn attorney that wrote up that jacked up contract. See, you go get one of these rappers from the suburbs, they mama and them gonna go get their own attorney because they might be an attorney. They don't want that. They want them to go get these poor African-American boys who already got it hard, that just want to make some money and get their mama and their self up out the hood. They know that they can take advantage of them. And that's the reason why I say ain't nobody stepping up, y'all. Ain't nobody stepping up. And as soon as they give them a seat at the table, they repeat what was done. You know what I hate to hear people say? I hate to hear people say, well, it happened to me. So, you just gonna have to go through that. I don't deal with people like that, period. I don't like them and I don't deal with them. I went through it. I had to go through all that. So you just gonna have to go through it too. No, we go through so they don't have to go through. At what point, if we doing to people what they did to us, at what point do the cycle end? At what point does it end? It don't end. So that's why I say it's going to have to be more people to step up. I like what Young Dolph was doing. He might not have been the only person to do it. I think Master P and them went and got some good deals and stuff. Okay, but we know that Young Dolph was independent. Okay. Saying they want people to be miserable instead of preventing it from happening. Absolutely. Absolutely. Cash, contracts, coverage, insurance coverage. And then later on, we see them pushing that casket of that 21-year-old baby who got into the industry because he wanted to have a better life and take himself, his mama, and his kids up out of the hood. All the time, the record execs that we never see got an agenda, and they give a cuckabug head a seat at the table, and they go carry it out in their own community. Ain't no damn body in my race, let alone another race, gonna have me sitting at a table talking about ways to destroy our community. Folks can talk their ass off. Well, she police, she work for that police department. But I'm gonna tell you something about me, because I was a free black woman. When I was out there riding in that car with a lot of them white traffic officers, because we had to be traffic officers first while we was going to school, that had never been in the black community. Whenever we were out in Germantown doing accidents, it was always at our discretion what we charged them anyways. I was always the senior traffic officer. They was going to keep the same energy in South Memphis that they had in Germantown. If you're going to cut them a break for not having their insurance in Germantown, we're going to keep that same energy when the dispatcher sent us on an accident out in South Memphis. I was a free woman. I ain't have to have no seat at the table. I prepare my own table. I like it better like that because I do exactly what I want to do. Okay. I blaze my own trails. And I ain't saying I ain't never had no help because I know how to do business with people. But my energy lets you know that I ain't get ready to get on my knees to get nothing. I'll just have to get it another time if I can't get it the way I want to get it. But you got too many men because the music industry is really male dominated. You got a lot of black people in the rap industry because it ain't. I mean, the black boys are the ones that's talented. It's their industry. So it's a damn shame that they got the talent. They possess everything that people want to see. They work their asses off and they don't feel like they're supposed to give them nothing. And you got a cuckabug head that's sitting at the table. So, okay. So that's why I say the rap industry is out of control and no one is stepping up to stop it. And like I said, before I got on here, I got to thinking about it. I was like, even in the movie industry, you had a lot of Caucasian, like Corey Feldman and Corey Haim. I loved looking at them. River Phoenix overdosed. They would give them drugs real early, and then they was molesting those young boys. Okay, they was molesting them, and nobody is saying nothing because everybody want a seat at the table. And after they use you up, they snatch that seat away from up under. You look at Puffy, they snatched it from him, and he's still on the floor. He on the ground, and we don't even know if they're gonna let him get back up. They snatched his seat from him, and he's still on the ground, scared to move. We don't hear him say nothing. He ain't giving no kickbacks. He's scared. He laying there stiff, scared to say a word, just hoping they stop. Okay. But he didn't have no mercy. Puffy didn't have no mercy on nobody else. Because he could have easily said, I'll get it another way. Okay. But he didn't do that. And a lot of the stuff that he did, I think he probably went overboard in doing it because power corrupts. Okay. Always remember that. Power corrupts. If you want to know the true character of a man, give him some power. We see the true character of a lot of these people. Okay. But anyways, cash, contracts, coverages, insurance coverage, and caskets in the rap industry is really causing the demise of a lot of these African American boys. And people have gotten comfortable with doing it because all black people can do is fight with each other. That's all we do is fight with each other. We don't see that there has to be an agenda for this to be continuing. Well, they were just gang related. Well, hell, they've been in gangs. A lot of these young men, when they go and sign them, y'all, they've been in gangs the whole time. They've been in gangs and going back and forth with each other for years. But then when the record company, the record label comes and sign them, all of a sudden it has escalated and somebody is dead. It's happening right in front of our eyes. And ain't nobody stepping up to do nothing about it, right? So that's why I say there has to be some type of change within our community. It has to be. Because if we don't start stepping up and saying something, and the way people say, well, we ain't in the industry, we can't say nothing. That's right, fighting over fried chicken. Well, I ain't in the industry, I can't say nothing. It ain't nothing we can do. It is something we could do. I tell you what, we let the industry know we ain't gonna buy the music, we ain't gonna stream it, and we ain't gonna listen to it. I bet you the energy change. We start holding their feet to the fire fire, if these artists keep coming up dead, okay, the record industry ain't doing that right. It's they putting all this music out what they know is gonna cause all of this bad energy and beefs and stuff. We ain't gonna buy it. We stop buying it. The record industry is gonna say to their producers, we got to do something because we going broke. Y'all need to start producing something else. Okay, that's what's gonna happen. They need to start producing something else. And then if these black boys still start coming up dead mysteriously, then we start calling out the record companies. And then we start demanding our parents and stuff or whoever in these young men's lives start demanding that they don't sign with these companies. See, these companies need these black boys more than they need them. They're the talent. They're the ones with the talent. They bring the money. So why is it that they don't have anything? First thing they do is tell them you need to go get you some jewelry. That's because they in with these people that own the damn jewelry store. We gonna write him a check and we gonna have him to bring the money right back to you. And he's still broke again. The record company has given them an advancement that they gonna die for. They tell whoever, I forget what they call the artist prep person or whatever it is, well, you got to look the part. They take them right to the damn jewelry store and get a check to what's that man name down there in Houston that we believe has something to do with that young man died, Johnny Dames or whatever. They take it straight to Johnny Dames. They probably hooked up with the company, and so the artists don't know no better. They already know. That's why they go in the hood and get them. They don't know no better. Instead of them trying to teach them better how to be a real boss for real, to create generational wealth, they're single-handedly helping to destroy our community because they don't ever want them to know any better, because they're going to start to question those contracts. They're going to start to question their money, and they don't ever want that to happen. So that's why I say the rap industry is out of control and no one is stepping up to stop it. Okay, we're the majority, the consumers. We could stop it tomorrow if we came together and decided we ain't gonna buy this no more, we ain't gonna stream this no more, we ain't going to no show no more. Until the record company goes back into that room and bring that cuckabug heads that they sent out up in there and say, we're gonna have to reintroduce this music, okay? We're gonna have to revise this because they ain't buying that drill stuff no more. Okay. And the cuckabug kids they're gonna do exactly what they tell them to do. So they're gonna make sure that the energy of the music is changed because the majority has spoken, which is the consumers. Okay. But anyways, y'all, I had to get on here. New Diamond says, but our youth can't, and that's another thing. Our youth can't read. Let me tell y'all something. I know I be having a story for everything, but regardless to what people say, working at the police department was a blessing to me because I never had intended to work for the police department. It was a accident that I even started working for the police department. It was an accident to me, but it wasn't. It was already predestined by God. Okay. And when I was working for the police department, you're welcome, Queen Sheba. When I was working for the police department, I worked in Crime Stoppers, 528 cash. And every first Friday at Crime Stoppers, we would have to go and do payouts. This is why we started our reading program. Okay, so the tipsters were only identified by tip numbers. We didn't know their names, so they had to fill out a 5-question like a 5-question questionnaire, just asking them. It was yes and no questions. Did we ask you your name? No. Blah blah blah. Was it easy? Blah blah. Just five little questions. We had to do it right. Keep it on file because basically they just wanted to make sure that we never asked them their identity. Right? We were never supposed to, we couldn't know their names or nothing. I promise you, every first of the month, when we went on, when we wherever we were meeting up at, whether it was at the COAC, the OCU, or wherever it was, to pay these people out. When a lot of these young people would come in there, a lot of these young boys would come in there. We always got one every time. And I would say, and before you can go to the back and get your money, now you got to fill this questionnaire out. Okay. And they would be fumbling around. I mean, young boys, like 19, 20. You have to be over 18, or else you had to have an adult to come and get your money. Fumbling around with the paper with just easy questions, just embarrassed. So I would whisper in their ear. I would go, "Have you filled out your questionnaire?" Mm-mm. And I would whisper in their ear, "Can you read?" And they would look at me, mm-mm. They couldn't even read, y'all. So you're right. A lot of them can't even read. Right? And so that's what I told my dad, I was like, "Dad, I think we need to start a reading program." It's so many young adults. I think they're acting out like they are because they can't read. I have friends that are teachers. I can't tell you how stressed out they be. You know why they be so stressed out? Because they started all these charter schools and got rid of like city schools and stuff because somebody wanted to make money. They always take advantage of our community. And so in order for the charter schools to get grants, they have to pass the majority of the children. So they put all this pressure on teachers because they're forced to give them passing grades in order for the charter school to be able to continuously get the grants. So if the teacher go and say, "But he can't read, he can't write his name," and she want to be halfway right, now the principal looking at her sideways. What you mean? Okay, well then it's your job to make him, to put him on this level when everybody knows that it's just not the teacher's job to teach. It has to spill over at home. A child's supposed to already know how to spell his damn name and know his ABCs before he ever even go to school. That starts at home, right? And so you have all these teachers stressed out, barely making any money because they're putting pressure on the teachers to pass kids that can't even write their names in boxcar letters. So they get all the way to the damn 12th grade and can't even spell their name. What's your name, Jimmy? How you spell it? Barry? They don't know how to spell their names. Okay? And we allow this to happen. We allow it to happen. We messed up and allowed them to take cursive writing out of school. You know why they did that? They wanted cursive writing gone real bad. Okay? Because they want to take you back to slavery days. They don't even want you to be able to sign your name on no contracts or nothing. Folks don't even know how to sign their names. They don't even know how to read cursive writing. They don't even know how to read it. So what I had to do was I had to teach my children, go on Amazon and get cursive writing handbooks and teach my girls how to write their name in cursive and sign their name and read cursive writing. And we let them do that. We let them do that. Cursive writing is not obsolete because we still have to sign our names on everything. So why did we let them take that out of the schools to make our children deficient in that? Why did we let them do it, y'all? So that's why I say we got to come off autopilot. We on autopilot. Okay, as it relates to what's important, but we sure be, we be on go for everything else. We be worried about other folks, talking about lying, gossiping, lying, talking about who coding, who folks be so worried about who somebody else giving their vagina to that it don't make no sense. And they kids can't even read. They'll sit on the phone. Yeah, you know, she slept with this person. She slept with that person. Yeah, she wide open. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And your damn child can't even read. You worried about somebody else coochie. Okay? She said now F is a D grading system. Wow. In Indiana, cursive writing was removed from the curriculum. It's sad. It's sad. Whew, I'm hot. Y'all know when I get on here, I get to preaching and stuff. I had a lot of energy today. I've been back taking my vitamins and stuff. But I got to reading them case notes and stuff. I got depressed. I can't work no case of nobody that done did something to a child. Shit. Because I don't care if he rot. Shit. Hold on, y'all. Okay, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm back. Anyways, y'all. I said I wasn't gonna be making these lives, 2 and 3 hour lives, but like I said, in our community, what we have to do is I hate that we have a habit of saying, well, the reason why our community is in the state that it is because the white mains is do it. The white mains has got us in this. Now, the way we still think after there are so many resources available, right? Where we can go and read and think ourselves out of stuff. Nobody makes these people sit down at tables and do what they do for some money. A lot of what's going on with our community is the jealousy. Okay, it's the jealousy. So we can't keep talking about what blaming white people for everything they do. Folks on high speed chase and stuff like that. I was thinking about what had happened in Westwood, where these young dudes had stole a car, and y'all, they said they was going 100 miles an hour, and they running from the police. Instead of pulling over in the stolen car, they going 100 miles an hour and hit a person and hit a human being, y'all, going 100 miles an hour and killed them. Can you imagine that? A car going 100 miles an hour and hit a human? But instead of putting the blame where it should be put, the mamas and other people sitting up talking about, well, if the police had left them alone, that person wouldn't even died. It's our thought process, y'all. It's our thought process. We got to stop upholding wrong. Who gonna listen and take our community seriously when we're upholding wrong? Nobody. Nobody is, y'all. Okay? Nobody. Um, we can't blame the white man anymore. We got to take accountability for that. I think about like how, parents will come up to the, police department or relatives and stuff when some of these teenagers had done things, had committed heinous crimes. If you break into somebody's house, they're gonna kill you. But if the intruder, if they somehow the child lived, or one of the people was hit, and one of the intruders had lived or something like that, if they were up in homicides and the family was coming up there, they always found a way to blame the person. Well, they didn't have to shoot him. They ain't have to shoot him. That was just dirty. Who gonna let your child come up into their house? Who gonna let them and not do something to them? Junebug ain't never hurt nobody, but he broke up in them people's house. And so that's why I say, y'all, it's got to be a change. That's why I take stuff so seriously, because I've seen a lot. You know, in East Memphis some years back, a couple, and the lady was pretty, nice little figure, pretty as she could be. They had gone to her and her husband had gone to a Christmas party in East Memphis and came home, and two men had broken into their house and was still in the house. Well, instead of them running or whatever, or taking whatever they're gonna take, they look at the wife, nice shape, hips and stuff, pretty woman, and they decide they put a gun to the husband's head, and one would rape his wife while the other one would hold a gun to his head and made him watch. That's the reason why I take everything seriously with these freaks on here, because I know folks are capable of anything. Okay. Well, they eventually caught one of them, and then they broke him down. He ended up telling on the other one, right? So whenever they get ready to go to jail, they normally call their families and stuff up there. Oftentimes, if they have some things that they need them to get or whatever, and it never fails. Instead of the family feeling a certain way about what their relative had done, them folks came up there going ham, talking about they was trying to get to the back to get to the one that actually dropped the dime on the other one. They done caused this man who about to have a damn nervous breakdown, because as the head of his household and the protector of his wife, he feeling like I'm less than a man because these motherfuckers done violated my wife. And these folks sitting up talking, a motherfucker a rat. We don't care. After what they did to this man's wife. That's the reason why I say it ain't no white man, it's us. It's us. That's the reason why I say that vloggers send somebody else to my house, they gonna catch one to the head. Cause I ain't playing with these folks, because I know these folks sick. When people go out of their way to try and get near you, to violate you, like the investigator said, he's standing his ugly ass outside of my door. He came to your house for a reason. And that's the reason why I let them know, male or female, every moment, I'm going to take you out. It's on paper. Okay? Standing outside my damn door with his hands Both his. Ooh, don't give me the y'all. Okay, because I said I wasn't gonna even be on here long. Because y'all know I get thinking about that. I get real mad. Okay, I get real angry. Anyway, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Okay. A bitch pulled up on you, aunt, talking about some blogger shit. No, I'm hearing it was another vlogger that sent a man to my house. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, I feel like he came to try to kill me. That's what I think. That's what I put in the report. Ain't no man got no business pulling up on no woman. These motherfuckers better think before they be letting these damn vloggers send them out. What kind of charges they gonna be facing? It was the day that my dad died. I wasn't in I was not in my right mind because if I had been, I'd have killed him. Um, Shan says, "T, you need a Tubi movie about this after this man." I'm telling you, yes, I do, about stalkers. And that's one of the things that we're going to educate about in our in our nonprofit organization. In my, the nonprofit organization that my dad has that I'm over now. Stalkers. Okay. Ain't having any business going to no. Why these folks coming to somebody's house? The vloggers send them. See, that's what I'm talking about. These men weak as water, but but a real man wouldn't have did it. Only a predator who probably thought that he was, probably had took, who knows, he probably had took some money. Or, a lot of these men are here pedophiles. Maybe he thought, her little voice light, I might be able to take advantage of her. I'm a sexual predator anyways. Didn't know. He didn't know. But he know now. Okay. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, okay? Hit the like button for me. Like, share, and subscribe for me. Okay. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm getting ready to see how many likes we got. Y'all run the likes on up for me. Keep running the likes up. Well, he was standing there just as calm. You know, um, when go to someone's house uninvited, you get what you're looking for. That's right. You know, that's right. That's the reason why I say people need to put everything on make sure that they're putting documenting everything. Right. Because I don't know where these folks think they got, or these vloggers think they got a right to violate you. But only, those that are sick do it. You have to be twisted. Okay, and it's a lot of twisted people. Anyways, you guys, I had, like I said, I had wanted to talk about um that's right, cash contracts, coverage, and caskets, because that's what happens. These record companies get them tied up in these contracts, give them these cash advances, put these life insurance coverages on them, and then 3 to 5 years later, they be pushing their casket. And this is how the majority of our African American young men, they're not even living to be 25. That's a problem. They ain't living to be 30, y'all. That's a problem. And then if they live past that age and they start making some real money, they go and try to take them out. Right? When if you're gonna be a rap artist, you the one making the music and stuff. You the ones that you're the person that's supposed to be getting all the money. Everybody can get rich. The producers, the execs that give you the advance. Since when? Because the record company is really like a cash advance companies. So you give me an advance, I go and I make the money, and then I pay you back with interest. I'm supposed to be through with you, but they are in debt with these folks for life. It's slavery. You pay the producers, they can get a percentage, everybody can get some money, but because it's the black community, the African American boys, they feel like they're supposed to get all, everybody else is supposed to get the money and make them the slaves. It's modern day slavery. That's what it is, modern day slavery. So that's why I said we have to change our mindsets too. That's just what we're gonna have to do, y'all. And like I said, it's us. It's us. I get so tired of people talking about, well, them Europeans got me acting like that. The Europeans, the reason why I like to rape people, sis. I went in there and raped all them women's. The white folks got us. The white folks put us in that position. Now, nigga, you sick. You put yourself in that position with your sick mind. Okay. Yeah, people in the bushes, y'all, make sure y'all hit the like button. Whew, I gotta go get my nails done tomorrow. Yeah, what color should I get? I got pink the last time. What color should I get this time? I be liking blues. Maybe I'll get white. Nah, that's the color Puffy wanted the girls to get right. White. That off-white. Turquoise. Ooh, that's what I'll get. I'll get turquoise. That'll be so pretty. I had green the time before. I love greens and blues. I got pink on my toes today. Purple. I got purple the time before that. I'll be glad when the spring comes so I can start back wearing my yellows. I love to wear yellows and stuff. Those vibrant, loud colors. Lucille, I don't like red, but I'm gonna tell you something. I got red like last month for Christmas. That was the first time I got red. It was a real vibrant red. Deep red or blue for aqua season. A blue ice. Ooh, I love blues so much. I love them. Orange. Ooh, now I haven't had orange in a while. A vibrant orange. Thank you, the Vatican. Great show and peace to the panel. Be safe and have a great night. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys stopping in. Make sure you guys hit the like button. I ain't gonna be on here long, y'all. I know we normally be on here 2 and 3 hours and stuff, but I said I can't do that because I mess around. I had gotten addicted to being on here with y'all. I'm like, dog, it takes my mind off of everything else. I get on here and we get to talking and laughing and stuff. I go, dog, when I get through, dog, I still got to do a report. I still got to do this. I still got to do that. I still got to do this. I still got to do that. And so, I be up all night trying to finish. I'm trying to think, what do I have to do tomorrow? I got to go to the studio. I got some clients coming through to record their TV show. Yeah, it's still people, it's a lot of people that churches and stuff still put their TV shows on because a lot of older people don't know how to work the internet, so they still put their TV shows and their church services on. I produce for them, and I got to go over there tomorrow, and I'm gonna go get my nails done. And what else? I got to go out to Germantown on a case for a couple hours. Child, I'm gonna have to stop getting all of these notifications. Coach be letting me know when they got their Coach purses on sale. Yeah, I love Coach purses. I'm so in love with them. And every time they run a sale, I get ding. I go, oh Lord. I'm thinking of going do a rust color tee. Ooh, rust color is so pretty. Thank you, Miss Nelly. Because we talk about what we're gonna talk about, then we get on into the girly stuff. Get to talking about the nails. I be so happy when it's time for me to go get you know what, my oldest daughter gonna say, Mom, I don't mean no harm, but you really just need a date. Anytime you can't wait until you go and you go get your nails and toes done. That's my me time. Cause I have so much other stuff going on. Yeah, pinks are pretty. Yeah, my baby said, Mom, I don't mean no harm, but you really just need a date. I said a date is the easiest thing to get. Guys now be getting offended because when you say, well, I'll meet you. Why you gotta meet me? I want to come and pick you up. You can't. No, you can't come to my house. I'm waiting on my Coach Carrie to be restocked. Girl, I love Coach purses. They had a coat I was getting ready to buy, and they did not have my size. They put them on sale the other day, and girl, they ran out of them quick. I was like, I got that ding too late. Cause that like around this time in like February and March, that's the best time to buy a good coat because that's when they start really putting them on sale. But I mean, I always buy a nice coat every. I love sales. Hey, this guy, I'm feeling good. Mm. Girl, that's where I be shopping at all the time at Coach Outlet. I love Coach Outlet. Yeah, Victoria's Secret's got a sale. Victoria's Secret's been showing out. They go from having their I mean, today I think I got a notification that their bikinis is on sale. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I don't mean no harm, but I am a bikini fanatic. And I guess because I be loving those colors, I can't wear no thongs. I can't wear them. I never could. Don't like them. But I'm a bikini fanatic, and they have so many cute ones, and they on sale for like $2.99, girl. And yesterday they had a sale on their bras. So y'all better get on there and get them. Cause I think their sale go off at 12 midnight. 12 midnight. She said she got too much butt. I've never been able to wear a thong. It's just it bothers me to wear them. I don't like them. I don't like them. Either I like either boy shorts or bikinis. No thongs whatsoever. You know, boy shorts, panties, or bikinis. No thongs. Anyways, you guys, I have enjoyed being on here with you guys tonight. I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe because I need to move on. I need to do what I need to do. But I want you guys to know that I appreciate you so much. You guys absolutely rock. Y'all make this channel what it is. I appreciate all of the new subscribers. Shout out to Al Prophet for sending subscribers over and shouting me out. That's Al Prophet. Make sure y'all go subscribe to him. He talk about mafia, guys. When I heard he was shouting me out, I was like, let me go over here. I appreciate that so much. He's a white guy. Shout out. That's why I say, that's absolutely awesome. I appreciate that. It means, I mean, if someone is looking using your stuff, it costs nothing for you to shout them out instead of trying to regurgitate their stuff as if it came from you, right? But anyways, that's a covetous spirit. That's why I said we have to do better. Okay. But I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to support the channel, you can support the channel via Cash App. I want you guys to have a good night and drive safely to work tomorrow. I love you guys. I'll speak with you later.